disposable thing. Like we use it on these things, and sometimes we'll lay it on top of the pillow.
We're gonna do a little stem with the. Hey everybody, welcome back to Kalkstein Chiropractic. It's Dr. Warren here, and today we're going to talk about the difference between acupuncture and dry needling. Okay, so we're with a patient here by the name of Tom, and Tom has been in a pretty serious car accident, and he's had some neck trauma with that car accident. With that neck trauma comes some whiplash, and he has referred pain coming from C5, C6, and cervical spine. So those are levels of vertebra in the spine. That referred pain travels down his arm. He's got some numbness and tingling. He came in last week, quite frequently last week, and we did dry needling. We adjusted him, and he hasn't taken work off in ever. Literally ever. And he's been working on the ships here in Baltimore for a long time, and I'll let you talk to him afterwards. But so we were treating him with dry needling last week, and he's gotten significantly better. Where he was able to play golf today. He's able to get back to work. Did a work shift a couple days ago. So that's we're happy to hear that. But let's talk about what this dry needling does and why it's different than acupuncture. Okay, so. For the lay person that doesn't really understand it, you just see the needles, right? And the needles are the same needles that, say, an acupuncturist would use, okay? So the way that I can maybe make a little bit more sense of it is like this, okay? So I'm saying one thing in English, and it's got this meaning. And acupuncture is a different language, and it's a different meaning in terms of what they're saying, right? So that's kind of like the general understanding of it. This is a totally different approach, and the reason or the approach that we're doing, there's different reasons for it, okay? So with acupuncture, they treat meridian or energy points to create a certain effect on health overall, or of a certain meridian line, a line of energy, right? And each point has a different effect on different systems. That's acupuncture, right? With dry needling, or with trigger point needling, or with what would be called like a musculoskeletal approach using needles that don't have anything to inject into the skin, this is for approaching the body from a musculoskeletal standpoint or from an injury standpoint or trauma to tissue, right? So for this case, I'm addressing C5, C6. I'm addressing the referred pain pattern he has into the shoulder, into muscles like the trap and the rhomboids. I'm addressing those points to create, one, a release of tension. Two, I want to drive blood flow to that area. I want to create a healing response in those tissues, and needle work allows us to do that. And there's some good research out by Shah out of NIH, Jay Shah, that goes into more depth about what some of those chemicals are that are coming to that area. And then there's a neurogenic effect that needling has that causes a reduction in pain. Okay, so from clinically, I examined him, diagnosed him with a C5 radiculopathy. We have an MRI showing where he might have some of those symptoms coming from, and that's effective, but really the clinical exam is what gives us the most information. And then when we do dry needling, we're addressing the musculoskeletal problems that exist here. Okay, so I'm going to get to work here, and then you can meet Tom afterwards, and he can give you a little bit of his background and his experience with our office. So I just wanted to show you the areas that we worked on today. So we're working on the rhomboid groups, T1 and T2. I'm coming into C5 and C6, paraspinals, the interspinous space, and a little bit deeper to some of those supporting structures right around that level of the spine, into the upper trap, and as well as into, we're going into infra and supraspinatus on the sides here on the shoulder. So some of those muscles have referred pain from this level in the neck. So he's experiencing pain out in his shoulder. Why? Is because his issue is here in the neck. So now you can kind of see his setup and the approach, and the needles are a little bit deeper, and I might I might or spin the needle, I might piston the needle if there's an area of a trigger point. So in some of these areas, he has what you would call a trigger point or a knot in the muscle, and I'll work that tissue back and forth with the needle to get it to release or let go of that tension. All right, buddy. You're all set. I'll be back.
Okay.
I've been a patient for 21 years. I first met Dr. Jeff 2 offices ago.
2.
After a car accident where I suffered from whiplash, and I tried different therapies that didn't work, and I found him through a recommendation, and within a couple of weeks I was up and at it and back to normal, and I've been a patient ever since, mostly just for good health care. But I just happened to have a 20th anniversary accident again where I got whiplash, and Dr. Jeff to take care.
You're special, huh?
Yeah.
You get VIP.
And in 2 weeks, I was up and at it, going at it again, back to work.
Back to work. You've never taken off work before?
I never had to take a day off in 21 years, and this time I did, but we got me back relatively quickly, and that worked out well.
Yeah, you should see some of the cargo ships he's climbing up the sides of. You're hanging out in the middle of nowhere, basically.
I climb up a rope and wooden ladder up the side of a ship, and clamber up on deck, and then
get to work,
guide the ship in or out. But yeah, out in the ocean, we climb up the side of the ship in a ladder. It's called the Jacob's ladder.
The Jacob's ladder?
Jacob's ladder.
So that was his goal, was being able to get back onto that, so he didn't get hurt while he's working. So
right.
So we did a fair bit amount of work on you last week, and you're back at it this week, and you're even able to play some golf today, which is another goal,
right,
for sure.
The first goal was to get back to work, be responsible to my partners at work, and then once I got past that, and it still felt well, it was to give myself a chance to do what I love to do and be active and go play golf.
Yeah. And you've been able to come in to get health care here in the past, and you've even sent family in to see us as well. Your daughter was an exceptional athlete at UVA, and now she's an exceptional worker in the Baltimore community.
Right.
She's just a go-getter. I was lucky enough to get to work with her, and then her husband or her boyfriend.
Her boyfriend.
Her boyfriend.
Right.
As well, who's one of Baltimore City's finest.
That's right.
And literally probably one of the finest.
He was injured on the job, and you guys helped him return to work.
Yeah. So really thankful for the referrals and for getting to work with your family. You're good people.
All 3 of my children have been over at different periods of time. Have been patients here, and my friend tree here is a forest. But I tell people, if you want to feel better and you want to feel better soon and get great care, this is the place.
Happy to help, for sure. So we got to go over, I kind of probably didn't connect with as many people as I connected with myself when I explained the difference between acupuncture and tried to use the language as a metaphor, but Liam says I cleaned it up afterwards, so we're still in the clear. So I hope you got some info out of that, and you have a better understanding if you're looking for some alternative therapy like dry needling. It's really effective for treating pain. It's really effective for treating chronic injuries, and as well as acute. So when chronic being long-standing and acute right when it happens. So if you have any questions about dry needling and the difference between dry needling and acupuncture, just post below on some of those comments, and I'd be happy to reach out and answer those for you. And now I'm going to show you how I adjust Tom's neck here. So come up on your back for me and relax on it. So it's going to get a little taller for you. And I think the best story about your daughter that I've ever heard was you telling me that she waited her time out until her 4th year at UVA to play, and then what was she honored with?
She was the Division I goalie of the year, her senior year, which is the only year she had as a full-time starter, and she was also first-team All-American.
That's the best.
She wouldn't quit.
She wouldn't quit. She is not a quitter, that's for sure. Whoever she's working for right now has gotten probably a workhorse underneath him. I remember she showed up here first thing in the morning. Every time she came in, she was ready to go for the PT. Geared up. She's probably coming from the gym, to be honest with you. Just let this drop here. So I'm adjusting that C5, C6 level in the cervical spine. Nice and easy. Let this roll. Good. Turn your head to your left for me. Good. Roll back to your right as far as you can. And now relax everything. Good. Nice and easy here. Get a little bit more. Let that drop. There it is. Good. Good. You're moving much better there.
Yeah.
All right, come on to your center for me.
Stop.
Yep. So complaining a little bit of mid-back discomfort. And right between his shoulder blades, I'm going to check his mid-back, his thoracic spine to see if there's any tension and to adjust it accordingly. Okay. Take a breath in here for me, nice and easy. Exhale. Good. Breathe in. Exhale. Good. Good. Hips loose. Good. All right. Good. Very good. So you just got to see the difference between acupuncture and dry needling, and in my opinion, more importantly, got to meet an outstanding person here in Baltimore, Tom, who's been coming to see us to get help with a car accident injury. He's got a great story. He's got an even better work ethic, and he comes from a family of that too. So, Tom, hey, thank you so much.
Hey, thank you.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.